Underfloor heating. You know, that amazing feeling of stepping out of bed on a chilly morning onto a floor that's just gently warm. It's a little bit of luxury, right? But to make that dream a reality, there is one detail you absolutely, positively have to get right, and that's the thickness of your laminate flooring. So, let's get right into it.
And that saying, it could not be more perfect for this topic. See, choosing the wrong laminate thickness doesn't just make your system a little less efficient, it can completely tank the whole thing. You'll be left wondering why you have cold spots, why your energy bills are so high, all because of this one seemingly small detail.
Look, your project is basically at a fork in the road. Down one path, you've got the dream. Cozy, durable floors that radiate warmth perfectly and efficiently. But down the other path, well, that's the nightmare. We're talking high electricity bills, damaged flooring, and the sheer frustration of having cold feet. The choice between them really comes down to understanding one key principle.
So, let's get into the why behind all of this. Let's talk about the science of warmth and find out why the thickness of your laminate isn't just a number, but really the very heartbeat of your floor's performance.
Here's the thing you have to remember. Your laminate flooring needs to conduct heat, not block it. The thicker the laminate, the more it acts like an insulator. You know, the source material had a perfect way of putting it. It's like trying to sunbathe under a blanket. All that wonderful warmth is there, right underneath, but it's just struggling to get through to you.
And this all comes down to a key concept called thermal resistance. It sounds technical, but it's actually really simple. It's just a measurement of how much a material fights against heat trying to pass through it. So for your underfloor heating to work like a charm, your goal is super simple. Keep that thermal resistance number as low as you possibly can.
And here it is. This is the magic number you need to burn into your memory. The total combined thermal resistance of your laminate and your underlay should be below 0.15. Now, you don't need to be a physicist here. Just know this number is the gold standard for efficiency. If you go any higher, your system's performance just nosedives, and you end up heating your wallet way more than your feet.
Okay, so knowing all that, what's the actual perfect thickness? The one that balances that sturdiness you want underfoot with fantastic heat transfer? Well, let's reveal your new golden rule.
So what is it? What do the experts say? What's the key takeaway you need to walk away with for your project to be a massive success?
And there it is. The sweet spot, the just right Goldilocks zone, is between 8 and 10 millimeters. This range, right here, gives you the absolute best of both worlds. You get that efficient flow of heat, but you also get a floor that feels solid and durable when you walk on it.
Let's just quickly break down why this range is the clear winner. If you go too thin, say less than 8 millimeters, the heat transfer is fantastic, but the floor can feel kind of flimsy, almost hollow. But if you go too thick, like 12 millimeters or more, well, that's like wearing a thick wool sweater on a hot summer day. It just traps all that heat underneath, forcing your system to work way harder than it should. That 8 to 10 millimeter range, that's the perfect balance.
But, you know, it's not just about the laminate plank itself. That's the star of the show for sure. But to get a truly great result, you have to pay attention to the supporting cast, and that means the underlay and the specific type of laminate you choose.
I love this analogy from the source material. It's just perfect. Choosing the wrong underlay is exactly like buying a high-performance sports car and then trying to drive it with the handbrake on. You can have the best laminate, the best heating system, but a thick, insulating underlay will just smother the whole setup. You'll never get the performance you paid for.
So what should you be looking for? Well, for underlay, the key thing to check is its TOG rating, which, also measures thermal resistance. You absolutely have to find an underlay that's specifically designed for underfloor heating, and it needs to have a TOG rating below 0.5.
And for the laminate itself, beyond just thinking about the thickness, here's a quick checklist. First, make sure the box literally says it's compatible with underfloor heating. Look for a dense HDF core. That helps with heat transfer. Always use a click-lock floating system. That lets the floor expand naturally. And finally, just double-check that it can handle surface temperatures up to around 27 degrees Celsius or 80 Fahrenheit.
All right, so we've covered all the what-to-dos. Now let's flip it around and talk about the what-not-to-dos. Think of this as your final checklist to make sure your installation is absolutely perfect.
Let's just quickly run through the 6 most common blunders people make. First 2, we've hammered these home. Choosing laminate that's too thick or using the wrong high TOG underlay. Next, a big one is skipping the 48-hour acclimation period where you let the boards get used to the room.
Oh, and don't just crank the heat on right after you're done. You have to raise it gradually. Also, avoid covering your beautiful new warm floor with thick rugs that trap all the heat. And finally, please remember to leave those expansion gaps around the edges to prevent buckling.
This quote really just sums it all up, doesn't it? It's all about choosing the right tool for the right job. A 12mm laminate is a great, sturdy product, but it's just the wrong choice for underfloor heating. It's like wearing snow boots to a beach party. It's just completely counterproductive.
So here's the bottom line. Getting that dream of warm floors right isn't about luck, it's about knowledge. By sticking to that 8 to 10mm sweet spot, and by picking the right supporting cast of underlay and materials, you're not just installing a floor, you are engineering comfort. And now, you're ready to get it right.